Good afternoon and welcome to Sydney Parade on this sunny Sunday afternoon, where the game between Rush 2s and Pembroke 2s is underway. The captains made a decision at the toss to start early, and that's why there's been no commentary for the first over. That first over was bowled by McDarragh. I see Graham hasn't got the scoreboard up and running yet either. No, the scoreboard. Muttering in the background for my director. So, good afternoon. It's Sunday, the 28th of May, 2023. And Pembroke lost the toss and were put into the field. And this is Zach Micklewright. Well, he's the opening bowler at the St John's end. Dara Cosgrave has bowled one over from the nursery end. Even though the two captains decided amongst themselves to start early, they didn't notify the scorers, didn't notify certainly the broadcast staff. Well, it's a good appeal. So there you see the score on the board, 4 for none. Zach Micklewright, who joined us from South Africa this summer. And he's making an immediate impact with Pembroke. He's played a few games for the ones. Today he's available for the twos. Left arm over. Good bit of pace and bounce to him. Good carry on this wicket yesterday for the LHK Group Alan Murray Cup semi-final and final. Well, that's a nice height he's gone through there at. Not hurrying the batsman too much. He left it alone handily enough, but it shows that potential is there. The Prince of Nepal, the King of Kathmandu, the man on the mic, the man who's mobbed everywhere he goes, as long as everywhere he goes is in Nepal. Andrew Leonard is joining us today. He's fielding, well, he's fielding in his usual sort of spot in the point area. 2 overs gone, the score is 5 for no wicket. And the rush batsmen Shahid and Doheny haven't really been troubled as much yet. Well, aren't these ground mics superb? Picking up the conversation as being talked about at square leg. Clear as day. And McDarragh Cosgrave, he gets his second over underway. Yes, poor old Niall was trying to put up cameras and microphones and monitors and wires connected and everything else. And then the Joe Prendergast deciding that they're going to start early without notifying anybody. So that's why today's... It's fine as it is. If they're going to mess you around like that, then there's no point in making any changes to benefit them and their coverage. Personally, now, I would have said, just turn everything off. We'll wait for the fourth game. I think it's tremendously disrespectful, tremendously rude. Andy Doheny gets the first boundary of the day, hits it back down the ground. Super little shot, that. It beat the fielder. It was in the air for a while, but safe enough. Very tempted to put the second microphone over with Niall today. Sort of sneak it over there when he's not looking. Turn it on. Let you hear the ramblings of a madman. Yeah, but just going back, I'm sorry to harp on about this, but it really does bother me, the lack of respect for Niall, who comes down here every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when required to stream these games. It's tough enough whilst we're still waiting for CJK to finish off the media centre. That's played out to Cal. Super shot. Nobody's going to catch that. That makes the boundary. There's 2 boundaries in this over. Runs leaking. 1 to come in the over. The amount of hours Niall puts in. And it's not just the streaming of the game, it's the setting up, it's the breaking everything down every time. Then often he goes home and edits the day's play. Oh, it won't be today. Puts a lot of time in, does Niall? Basically, he puts so much time into this club, he shouldn't have to buy a single drink all year. Anyway, that's 3 overs gone, 15 on the board. Those 2 boundaries, meaning McDarragh's figures now, 2 overs, 0 for 14. One wonders if Captain Joe Prendergast will continue with him. Good afternoon to our viewers. How many viewers have we at the moment now? Well, to the 5 of you who are tuned in, I wonder if I could guess which 5 they are. Okay, let's go with Conor Prendergast, Peter Prendergast. Peter's currently in Cardiff down there with Orla, so we're losing a device there. So we say 1 in Cardiff, 1 in Seville for the Prendergasts. That's 2. Mary Sharp, who's currently recuperating. In Donnybrook, that's 3. Barbara Musgrave, another one who's recuperating in Mullingar. Well, he didn't get all of that. You could hear from the big clunk off the bat that it was more effort than it was timing. But it's gone through Cal down to the gate of the car park. 4 more runs onto the total. And having had some success with the short ball, is Zach Wright now overplaying that card. Both batsmen seem comfortable enough now. Oh, he waited till Michael Wright was right at the crease before calling him back. Dead ball.
Open it up for us.
Well, David Cosgrave, the keeper, he's wondering why that isn't given out. Those of you watching on YouTube, of course, can go back and review that ball, that decision. Lovely warm day down here in Sydney Parade today. That's the sort of day it is out here today. Somebody up there in their light aircraft, taking the views over Dublin, no doubt. Nicely driven. There's a fielder there. No run. Well, 4 overs done out of the 20. The score has moved on to 19 for the loss of no wickets. Hardcastle. Paul Hardcastle, 19. And also Rory Bremner. Rory Bremner did a sort of 12th man sort of thing where he did all the English commentators, and it was England against the West Indies, and the batting average of the England side was 19. Fine mimic, Rory Bremner. Judge bowling, Captain JP, bringing himself on after that last expensive over for McDara Cosgrave. Not too many in tonight yet. I suppose the added attraction of the Monaco Grand Prix. Any of our spectators are motorheads. Big day in the motor racing calendar. Not only the Monaco Grand Prix, which might not be the quickest. Oh, he was safe there. Don't think there'll be too much complaining from the Pembroke fielders there, but a good piece of fielding. He's played out on the leg side, took on the fielder, and he might think twice about doing that again. But it comfortably in. Score moves on to 20, despite the screen. There it is. Request for the sight screen to be moved. It's JP's strength, his line and his length. Joe Prendergast, captain of the twos. This is, I think, third or fourth. This is his third full year as captain. Performed heroics for the first 11 a week or so ago in their All-Ireland Cup game against Brigade. Gave Lorcan and Tucker exactly the support required. And the two of them, a partnership of 58. I think Joe's might have scored 17 of those. Bit of width from Prendergast this time. It's a quite enough start from Rush here. Well, that one went in a bit short, but there is cover out there on the boundary. Noah Smith it is, with a superb throw back to the keeper. Cosgrave just able to pat that one down to the ground. So the last over of the power play now. The power play, of course, being where just two fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle, which is marked with discs. Usually are quite visible. I'm sure they are to the players anyway. We actually saw a no ball yesterday for too many fielders outside the ring during the Alan Murray Cup. Some sort of appeal going on in Railway. Might be the Crown Bowls or the Lawn Bowls. More likely to be cricket over there. Railway CC on YouTube. I don't think they're streaming anything at the moment. Are they? Oh, okay. Because I was speaking with Kira O'Brien. Nicely played out on the offside, out to the boundary. Noah Smith will pick that up handily enough. I don't think so, Niall, is the answer. You're the one with the laptops. There has been a change of bowling. I'm sure you noticed before the commentator did. That's what happens when the commentator's looking at his phone. There's YouTube. That's a search for Railway Union. Nothing live, nothing upcoming. However, worrying more about the game here at Sydney Parade than anything that might be happening across the road in...
No. I wouldn't be surprised if they got 24-hour delay before you can live stream, or else technical difficulties are being experienced.
Anyway, back to this game. Just at the end of his over, it's time to give credit for Bill Whaley. Quick over from the St John's end, turning his arm over. Just a couple of runs coming off that over. Once again, you can turn around to Bill at any stage. And another change of bowling at the nursery end. And we shall see the Prince of Nepal Andy Leonard making his first appearance of the season here. Perhaps that's another one of our viewers. Perhaps Mark is watching down in Wexford. That would be the 5 then. Mark in Wexford, Connor in Seville.
Up to 10 now.
Oh, 10. Oh, I'm never going to know who the 10 are. Perhaps the 10 would like to know. Let me know where they are. As usual. My Twitter handle is @CraigPCC. Tag me in your replies. Let us know who's out there. A. Leonard just doesn't seem to be enough of a description for this man. One of the, if not the leading commentator on associate cricket, not just Nepal. Although he loves the passion that the Nepalese show for the game. Now we'll just let you watch a master at work.
Probably should have gone for it, should I have you, Len, I have you. Good line, good line.
Andy Leonard, well, he's been the leading wicket taker in this club at least 4 times. The winner of the Spud Murphy. I had the honour of sharing it with him one year. And he's off on his run. He's got his first wicket. That run around the square doesn't take a circular path as it used to. And it certainly isn't as quick as it used to be. But that's a first wicket for Andy Leonard, a first wicket for Pembroke. The score is now 27 for 1. And it's certainly he's on his way back, having just run past basically one of Andy's deliveries. And Cosgrave, well, he had the simplest of chances. As you see, I have to reassure you, this is in slow motion. He gets enough turn, and Doherty, having come down the track, just kept going, really. Leaving Cosgrave the simplest of stumping chances. And Leonard announces himself once again. Well, the new batsman is B. Morris. And he'll be facing the last ball of Andy Leonard's first over. I suspect it won't be his last. He's bowling from the nursery end. And he finishes his first over with 1 for 3. Score has now moved up to 27 for 1. And it's Andy Leonard who's made the breakthrough. It's a glorious day here in Pembroke. There is a bit of a breeze. The wall is going to be Oh, yeah.
Seriously, just tweet them. He's got a wicket.
Yep.
Come on, Stormy.
That's cricket badge.
Very good work out there, you two. Go ahead, one.
How do you spell Nepal? That's what I thought.
Oh, go! Forward. Stormy. Left himself a bit off. Right after Billy. Good storm.
He's got his eye on it all the way, and it's a good dive. But he never really was there. It gets away from him. Chance goes down. As per Graham Mooney's suggestion, we've tried to treat the whole nation of Nepal in a desperate attempt to piggyback on Andy's success as a commentator by telling all his fans that he's currently bowling here in Sydney Parade. He's already picked up his first wicket, and this is his second over.
Toss it up, Lydia, toss it up, wait. Good land, good land. Bar's still doing great. Shot, Brando. Brando. Don't mind that, eh?
Well, that's a nice shot.
He's played very well.
Another shot out on the offside. This time the fielder gets round for it, keeps it to a single.
Me straight. No, like, be right in front of there, lads.
You say that, so we don't
Yeah, look.
Big swipe at that one. Turning away from the right-hander. This time, Lenny does his own fielding. Andy Leonard, he's been known as a few things over the years. A.J. Leonard. Another fine over. Score has moved on to 40 for 1. We're nearly halfway through this first innings. These T20s do go by in a flash, don't they? Beautiful still day, hardly any breeze at the moment. Plenty of blue sky. If you're coming down, do put on the factor 30 or stronger. Spin at both ends now. Donker Tucker. He's got the batsman to sweep. Well, very unlucky for Pembroke there. The batsman went to sweep, it went straight up in the air, but just as the fielder was getting to it, blinded by the sun, couldn't see anything. And in fact, self-preservation, the order of the day there. This time, straighter bat, played out towards Cow. Oh. Well, you don't often see that. Slapped out towards the fielder, and then unfortunately it went to turf. Back to live action. Again, Noah Smith busy on the railway side today. Play down to the long on. So at the moment, Pembroke employing a leg spinner and left arm orthodox. And it certainly seems to have, well, slowed things down. 44 for 1 from 10.
I'm not used to that now.
That over. Donica Tucker's second. These figures of 0 for 9. And unsurprisingly, it's Andy Leonard to go again. Closest I've been to Nepal is to a Nepalese restaurant. I have to say, really nice food. Really tosses it up there. The batsman only gets the toe end of his bat to it, but that's enough for let him get a single. Throw from Noah Smith. Andy, of course, one of the life members of Pembroke. This one's lifted straight back over the bowler, but it's going to land safely. But again, a Andrew Leonard would be delighted. He's getting the batsman to loft these, and hopefully one soon will find a fielder. That will be his thoughts on the matter. Well, he got a fingertip to it. He knocked it onto the stumps, and the appeal came from cow corner. Drops that one a bit short. He needs the man on the boundary, and the man on the boundary can do nothing to stop it crossing the rope. 4 more onto the total, and that's 50 up for Rush. This Andy's third over. You see the ball just squirting away from the fielder down there. Well, the score has moved on to 50 for the loss of just 1 wicket so far. That's stumping from Dave Cosgrave off the bowling of Andy Leonard. Donica Tucker will continue from the St John's end. Andy led his figures after 3 overs now, 17 for 1. Well, we're up to 17. Donica Tucker. Well, one of a number of excellent cricketers in his family. I believe Fiacre Tucker's back next week. I don't know if he's back to Pembroke or just back. Donica Tucker causing a few problems here. Hello, Kieran.
Hi, mate. No, I spoke to Amanda. I'm just getting you some smokes and duty free.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much.
No worries. I'm just heading over to London for a couple of days.
Nice. I'm going over there on Thursday for the test match.
Yeah, very good.
You are telling all 17 of our viewers at the moment that your house is going to be empty.
Tammy's home. I'm going by myself.
Oh, really? Dangerous times. Okay, no, that's grand.
Super. No worries, mate.
Oh,
Chat to you later.
you will indeed. Talk to you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Bye. Kieran Volker, he'll be heading off on his tours soon enough before he heads to Brisbane, Queensland on a long term. I know lots of players will miss Tammy. And a lot of young kids who have had the chance to move up to number 10 in the batting order because Kieran's on the team. So Andy Leonard to bowl his final over. The last chance for our Nepalese viewers to see AJ Leonard in full flow. Oh, he gets the under edge. It just misses leg stump, and it's going to run away down to the boundary. It will be stopped before it crosses the rope. Oh, I think everyone was a bit unlucky there. Andy, the bowler. The wicketkeeper couldn't get down to that late inside edge. And the batsman, unlucky, it didn't go for 4. Still, he's still there in the middle. What are you laughing at? It's in the air. It's gone down. It's another one that's been up there in the sun.
Hold on. Go on, out. Oh, shot.
Keep going, please.
Well, big 6. Took a while to get to the fence. Up there a long time. I've never seen live chat this busy on YouTube. Welcome to the party, Tillain Rock. I presume that's a relative of Neil Rock, connected with the Rush Club. I'm sure Tillain will let us know soon enough. 61 for 1 now. This is the 13th over. And this game, I don't know, it hasn't really caught fire. It's just meandered through to this 13th over. Another one in the air, another one that's going to fall safely. Andy Leonard just not having any luck at all. That's the end of his spell. 11 off that over. And he ends up 4 overs, 1 for 28. Another one who ends up looking up at the sun. It's awkward fielding in that spot at the moment. Clubbed out to Noah Smith, patrolling the railway. It's also Tucker's final over. Hit back over the bowler's head, but he's got coverage there. Just be a single. Clubbed out towards Cal. There are 2 fielders down there. One suspects one of them's going to get to it. And they do. Well, that's a long way in the air. It beats the fielder. It makes the fence. 4 is signalled. Well, he really got a hold of that. And he's in off the fence. And even a despairing hand thrown up wasn't going to stop that one. The score has moved on to 70 for 1. Shahid is on 33. And Morris 21. Cricket Leinster flashboard deciding to hit the turf. Oh no, they're well in. So, 14 overs completed. The score is 70 for 1. And, well, Mr. Rock and Mr. Farrell, perhaps you'd like to come out here and do the batting for these two. Well, nothing really making a lot of sense there. Joe Prendergast now returning after Andy Leonard's spell. And Captain Joe Prendergast starts with a single. .71 for 1, 14 overs, last 6 overs. And one feels that with 9 wickets in hand, Rush really ought to be thinking of pressing the accelerator here, taking a few more risks. Who knows, it might come off. Could end up with 170. Another dot for Prendergast. Well, we talked about putting a foot on the accelerator. Shahid just did that himself. He moves on to... Well, that one just crashing into the scorer's tent beside me. No scorers in it today, of course. This one's short and pulled out round to square leg just behind. It's just a single. It's a long, big hit for just a single. It moves Shahid on to 41. And B. Morris is providing super support. He's on 22 off 23. And that's a big hit out towards Cal. Noah Smith going round for it. He's not going to get there for the catch. But he does save 2 runs and nearly affects a run out too. Fine bit of fielding there by Noah Smith. Down at the Wheelfield Road gate. Covered a lot of ground to get there. And that's the end of Joe Prendergast's 3rd over. 2nd over. 2nd over. 0 for 14 from those two. And those figures spoiled a little bit by that big 6 straight down the ground. 30 balls remaining now. Run a ball gets them up to, well, 30 more than they're on at the moment. And that would be Nelson. They'll be looking for 120, 130, 140. Has to be a serious assault now for the last 5 overs. Bill Whaley. He'll be bowling from the St John's end. And again, you can see now that the Rush batsmen, they certainly have serious intent. So Andy Leonard doing the fielding there down by the nets and the scoreboard and the media centre. It's a long-winded name for that part of the ground, though. Again, he's gone for the big shot. Again, he's gone out towards Cal. And again, it's just going to be a single. I think Pembroke will be more happy with the singles at this stage. Welcome to Alan Eastwood. There's a name I recognise. Played out on the offside. It beats the fielder in the ring, although he decides to escort it all the way out to Noah Smith. Good throw back in. Bar will be open at about 3 o'clock today. That one's played in the air, just gets over the fielder in the ring. I think it may have even clipped one of his hands. And again, it's a single, and Pembroke won't mind the singles at this stage. The bar is open, I think, at about 3. 2-3 is usually the Sunday opening. The more important question is, what time does it close at? Bill Whaley doing a good job here. Andy Leonard deciding to save the boundary. And it's a no ball for front foot, which is very unusual for Bill Whaley. Another one out to Andy Leonard, another one returned, another single. Bill Whaley, of course, family traditionally from Hobart in Tasmania. Oh, certainly from Tasmania. Might not be Hobart. This one's just punted back down the ground. Andy Leonard comes round. Gets it back in. Another over slides by. 16 gone now. Bill Whaley having gone for 10 off his 2 overs, and that's exactly the sort of bowling that is required. Well, Shahid now on 45 from 50 balls. He's closing in on that half century. And Morris, well, he's going at a run of ball, 27-27. $89 for 1. Well, this innings has never really caught fire. There's been the occasional boundary, there's been the occasional 6. But nothing really that you'd feel that the game had got away from Pembroke. Donica Tucker saves 3 more. Fielding's been quite good out there by Pembroke. There have been a number of catches gone down, but at least 2 of them can be attributed to the bright yellow thing in the sky. Obviously, being in Ireland, we're not used to seeing that. And if the ball gets between you and the sun, it's nigh on impossible to see. Oh my word! Oh my, what great camera work. That's brilliant. That is a super catch. Well, you could tell the sun wasn't in his eyes that time. And that is a great catch. And that sees the end of Morris. Now, will the replay work? Darragh Cosgrave tosses it wide. It comes off the toe of the bat and goes straight up. It looks like it's going to make it down. Oh, what a super catch. Well, A, that's a super catch, and B, great camera work, Noel. Super piece of fielding, that. Take a bow, man. Nice catch. Can you show me the batting card a second there? Maybe at the end of the over, maybe. Well, scorer obviously mesmerised by that wicket. Hasn't quite caught up with the scoreboard. First ball, good length, and it squirts off the edge of the bat, and that's going to run away to the boundary. That's 4 more onto the total. Takes it on to 94 as we enter the last, 17th, 18th, 19th, last 4 overs now. Well, everyone's got in. Shahid, he's on the brink of a half century. Thank you, Niall. That's hit up in the air on the offside. Fielder gets there. Well, there's a bit of a debate as to whether it went for 4 or not. It's not a 4 though.
Go, Max. Go, Max.
He did his best for them.
Go ball. Go ball. Really good, Max. Ready to get out, Max? No.
Come on, Davey.
Yeah, Davey. Field and Z. 7-1 Z.
You just got a third man or something in the ring. Well, not end again. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, sure.
17 overs completed. $95 for 2. Well, a rush going to be able to get up to 120, generally considered par. They are 120, but I was in a WhatsApp conversation yesterday and we were bemoaning the good old days where teams would be 50 for 1 off 20 overs, and you'd consider that a good base. Yep. Well, one of the things that's counted against that, I think, is the improved wickets. That's a good shot. It's gone straight. It's gone far. It's gone for 4, for 6. And a no ball. No ball 6. Nice shot. That takes the score up to 102 for 2. Dave D. Carthy is the new bat. Should please some of our watchers anyway. White comes in again. Again, hit back down the ground. Just a single. Although they did run the first one a bit quicker there.
Go. On done.
All right, comes in, bowls, it's hit out in the offside, and it's lifted straight to the fielder's hands, and that's the 3rd wicket to fall. Yeah, but the way he took that, it looked like Bill.
Bill, lady.
Well, that was a wicket Pembroke needed just to slow the scoring rate down for these last 3 overs. Live scoring seems to be having a bit of a mare at the moment. I wonder if Graham is one of our... And number of viewers now? Because I think 20 of them are out in Rush.
Yeah. Looking.
Well, they're looking for the second, but there won't be one. Not when they run the first one at that pace. So, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's a lovely sunny day. But you would have thought that Rush would have been looking for more than 103, especially with 7 wickets in hand now. Mick all right, getting one past the batsman. Dot ball. That's what's important at the moment. And Maguire is the new batsman. We don't know too much about him in Pembroke. Perhaps those gentlemen on the live chat might...
Really good, Zach. Go in here. How many on board?
One to come in the over. It's been a good over for Pembroke. A couple of dots, a couple of singles, a wicket, but also a couple of no balls. This one is just pushed down the field. They are going to be thinking of 2, but they're not going to take 2. That ends that over. That's the 18th done. 2 to go. And the score has moved on to 105 for 3. The last 2 overs now. I might watch this one back tonight. I've had trouble sleeping recently. With Dara Cosgrave, it's hit straight back down the field. Well, 2 taken. Reading the live chat. That's a nice shot out, but it's to the fielder, and Zach Micklewright takes the catch. The pursuit of runs bringing its reward. And McDara Cosgrave picks up his second in his final over. And D. Carthy, well, he was going at a good old rate. He was on 15 off 8 balls, but the 9th ball was his downfall. You can see the intent there. Hasn't really got the power into it he wanted, and that's a fine catch. The Rush audience. Well, A, they're self-sledging, but B, I get the feeling they're trying to wind me up. His name's not Aaron, he's our Polish pro. Fake news left, right and centre.
ball, Mac. Really go, Mac.
So with just 11 balls left to go in this innings, the score now 107 for 4. The scoreboard is right, not quite right on your screen as yet. I'm sure it will soon be. And McDara Cosgrave goes in search of his third wicket. This one played out along the carpet, fielded in the ring.
Good, Rob. Good, Mac. Good, Mac.
Fired in by
Oh, no. Oh, Mac.
attempted stumping. Unsuccessful on this occasion. So it's Maguire and McGee batting together here for Rush with just 8 balls remaining.
Good ball, Mac. Really go, Mac. Lance, Mac. Lance, Mac.
One ball remaining in this over, the penultimate. And McDara Cosgrave ends his spell with 2 for 24. The score is 109 for 4. 19 overs gone, 1 to go.
Okay, but it was out. Here, then would you take this off her shoes? Am I up? Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the final overs begin, and it's to be bowled by... Oh, he was run out by 1.5 miles. If he'd hit the stumps, unfortunately. Well, they've changed ends. So Mick all right. 1 for 15 so far from his 3 overs. Well, 3.1 overs. Another no ball. He's overstepped again. Well, with neutral umpires, this would be a free hit. It can't be a free hit for... Oh, signalling free hit. Yeah, I suppose. Well, 110 for 4. Well, he did well to avoid pain on that one.
Well done, lads.
Well run by Rush. They get 2 for that. Just goes to show how many runs they could have scored if they'd run the first one quick earlier in their innings. Too many times the ball hit out to the boundary, just jogged through for a single. There really is merit in the run the first one hard no matter what. Oh, that one's going to be signalled as a wide. They're going to get 2 for it. They're going to go for a second. And just a careless bit of keeping by DC, Dave Cosgrave. Means 3 more added to the board. When it should have really only been 1. It was wide, but the keeper got across to it, but couldn't actually stop it. Score goes up to 117. That's a much better delivery. They go for the bye. And they get a bye. It goes to show you, runs can be got. Last 3 balls of the innings. Score now, contrary to your screen, is 118. Good slower ball, but it's gone down the leg side and it'll be signalled a wide. Rush will gratefully take that. 119. And this is going to be at least a 9 ball over. And already it's gone for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So not the ideal final over. Goes for the ramp.
Aaron, run it.
Well, because the batsman tried to ramp it, he was never on balance to go for the run. If he'd just gone to play a normal cricket shot, he'd have been moving forward, and they could have taken one to the keeper like they did before. But he's looking for the boundary. He's looking to reach the fence. Oh, another no ball. That one's gone onto the net. That's a big 6. Disagreement about what constitutes a no ball in the middle at the moment. Gets it past Bill Whaley, goes for another boundary. And one to come in the innings. And a run out off the last ball. I wouldn't, do you know, I really wouldn't have too many replays of that innings at all. So there you go, there's the first innings done. Final over was a great over for Rush. They got up to 130. You know, they were 103 for 3 off 17. They end up with 130 for 4 off their 20 overs. And that means Pembroke will require 131. And we'll be back, will we? We'll try and be back in 10 minutes.
It was just as bad yesterday.
Bill, we need you wherever you are.
Well, here we go then. Pembroke's pursuit of 131 to win against Rush in this, what I assume is a Tillain Cup game. Tillain Cup C. It's like the North Sea or the Irish Sea. The Tillain Cup C. Well, we'll wait for our live scorer to retake his seat. Perhaps provide us with the updates we're looking for. So it looks like we'll have a spinner to start. So no doubt the scoreboard will catch up to us soon enough. First one, played round to leg, dot ball. Required rate 6.5 when we start. So, 6.51, I suppose, technically. Well, that's just pulled out to cow corner. Reaches the boundary. 4 runs. It's the replay of that, as you can see. Front foot well out of the way. Eye-hand coordination. Putting that one into the big, wide open field that is there. Well, if he's going to bowl it there again, he's going to hit it there again. But this time it's close enough to the fielder that he keeps it to 1. So right-hander to face. And there's the bat for you. And the bowler, B. Morris. Well, we saw he got runs earlier on. Obviously an integral part of this Rush team. Marvin Kelly going down to sweep. Bring fourth an appeal. Just shoveled round the corner for a single. That'll bring Dave Cosgrave back on strike. McDarragh Cosgrave back on strike. Well, the seconds were playing yesterday in Leinster. It's a game that ended earlier than expected. Double header for them this weekend. Always. No. And the best news of the day so far, the bar will be open very shortly, as I've just seen a barman in the car park. Another big loud appeal over in Railway. No such appeals here. Neary bowling now from the nursery end, to the delight of the rush support. Well, he starts with a wide. Would have been a good ball to a right-hander. You could see it was going to happen. No, you're trying to explain why you're stopping her without her thinking you're about to mug her. So, Neary sets off again. Kelly nearly brought that one back down onto his own stumps via his own forearm. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to play an awful lot to the leg side here. Well, going outside the end of the bat, but inside the blue line. And another dot ball. Well, Neary bowling with just the one slip at the moment. Well, we might want to see a replay of that, see how that ended up scoring a 4 there without hitting the stumps. No, I'm saying we could do with it. I'm not saying we have to have one, because we're not getting one, and that's all there is to it. Ah, Simon, you've mistimed it today. Phillips in the car park. Look, Phillips walking up the wall ahead of Simon. Well, Neary gets Kelly to lift one out to mid-wicket, but it bounces in front of the fielder, and it just becomes a single. An awful lot happening for just one run. So yeah, just the one slip for Neary today. Kian Rock suggesting that perhaps another couple of slips and somebody in the gully region. In fact, he's done away with the slip. He's going down to short third. Well, I suppose, yep, short third. Not quite the attacking field Kian Rock is looking for. Plays down the short ball. And Kelly quick enough to call him through, and they take a single. Yeah, curse of the commenters. So, 14 on the board now. 7 of them have come off Neary's first 5 balls. Oh, in fact, that is a super shot. That was a flat 6. He's been looking for that shot all over. This time, Neary comes in. He drops it short enough for Kelly to get down on one knee. It never really got above 9 feet. And you could tell by the way it bounced back off the wall. It was hit with some power. That takes the score on to 20 for naught off 2. That Neary over going for 13. Well, it could have been also different if he'd 3 slips in a gully. Morris on for his second. His first over went for 6. It's kind of confusing seeing Bill Whaley there at square leg umpire. He's dressed very like the fielders. He just looks like a very lazy fielder. Of course, Kieran, you'd remember the days of the butcher's coats hanging in the dressing room. They do, yeah. Oh, yes. Well, Cosgrave plucks that one and pucks it out to cow corner. Picks up a very nice 4. He'll feel a bit better about life there. It pitched outside leg into his arc and punted across. Well, this time he's gone to long on. He'll just take the single. And that's the sensible batting. Well, last ball of the third over. Just the 5 off it so far. A few changes to the field. And just play back to the bowler. And that's the end of the third over. Just the 5 off that one. It was that second over that was costly. Alex Neary. Well, is the rush skipper going to keep him on for another in the hope that he might almost buy a wicket? His figures certainly weren't helped by that nice flat 6 by Robin Kelly. Once again, our live scoring just a little bit stuck there at the moment. I can assure you that this isn't B. Morris.
Come on, boys.
Well, this over's working out far better for Neary so far, starting with 2 dot balls. Yeah. Played away on the offside. Now, last over Neary had, Kelly called him through for that single. This time, just a bit closer to the fielder. Kia Rock now signing up to organise and administer the Alex Neary Appreciation Society. Catch finally taken. Cosgrave just taking one off the thick edge of the bat out towards the gully, where Gully had a little bit of a moment, joggled it 3 or 4 times. It rested in his hands, and Rush make the breakthrough. 25 for 1 off 3.4. Yeah. Afternoon.
Afternoon, Craig. Good to see you.
And you too. So McDarragh Cosgrave returns to the hutch. He's out for 7. And number 3, Captain Joe Prendergast. He'll join Robin Kelly, who's on 16 off 11. The things here, you know, runs required, balls and run rate were in white yesterday. But I can't see them today. It might just be wrong glasses.
It is there,
Yeah, not good for me. Played away through that gully region, which saw the demise of Cosgrave, but Prendergast picks up 4 for it. Going wider at the fielder, no chance of chasing that down. It ran away for 4. Very similar to Cosgrave, and that just goes to show you the thin line between success and failure in the cricket field. And it just hopped its way out to the car park. So Prendergast off the mark. He moves on to 4. The score is now 29 for 1 off 4 overs. So 102 off 16. Stifled appeal. I think even the bowler realised it was going down leg. Now, change in the field. Two men quite straight, one quite close in, one at mid-on. And now there's Deep square leg and deep mid-wicket. Sizable gap between them, I'd say 40 yards. Plenty of room out there. And there it is, clipped out to square leg. They'll take the single without fear nor fortune. Joe Prendergast, who I think has set a new Pembroke record of the number of nets to have in 1 week. And we're not talking about, just a couple of balls counting. Well, he carves that one away behind square on the offside. Just a late sort of laying of the bat on the ball. And he'll pick up 2 for that. And that's a lovely little shot, a bit of delicacy and a bit of subtlety. Oh, I thought you were laughing. Didn't realise you were sneezing. Thought when I said Joe had subtlety, you snorted. Well, Joe gets down on one knee, sweeps that round the corner and finds the only fielder there. Cut to short third, fielder there though. Again, Joe finds the fielder. Captain Joe Prendergast. That's a lot higher on this team than he does on the first 11. First 11 primarily there as a bowler, but he proved what a valuable job he could do with the bat in that Irish Senior Cup. I hesitate to use the word victory. Win. What is it you call it when it's an only just win? Yeah, a win. And it was only just because of the work of Joe Prendergast in partnership with Lorcan Tucker. Lorcan, of course, who will be appearing at Lord's. Tucker, how are you? Are you coming in just to watch, or your microphone is now turned on?
Okay.
That might pick up your voice.
Okay.
Well, you can't say he didn't play a shot at that one. And it runs away to the boundary. 4 byes.
Are you going over to Lord's, Craig?
Going over for days 2 and 3.
Great.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, day 3 could be a day of sightseeing around the pubs of St John's Wood.
Yeah.
McCormack now bowling. I think that might please at least one of our viewers.
Yeah, are people commenting on it? The rough lads.
The live chat is open.
Flying today.
Hi, Rob.
Rob Kelly playing one to the to the leg side.
Yeah.
See you in a minute. Robin Kelly's now moved on to 18 from 17 balls. And Joe Prendergast very quickly on to 6 from the 5 he's faced. He's played himself in. And he now clubs one out towards Cal. It's going to reach the fence. 4 more to Joe. It seemed to be more of a baseball shot than it did a cricket shot. It was wide, it was short, and Joe dealt with it summarily. That's like condensed, and it's nice and sunny. Blue sky up above us. Prendergast now to face again. Just played away on the offside. Prendergast now moved on to 10 from just 7 balls. Played away nicely on the offside. The boundary rider will pick that up and gently toss it back in after Pembroke have taken a single. That's the end of the over. At the end of 6. Still just the 1 wicket down. It shows what a good batting track this is. So this is the same track that was used yesterday in the LHK Alan Murray Cup semi-final and final. There's the batting card thus far. Robin Kelly top scoring, but his captain is catching him quickly. 6 extras so far in 6 overs. That's like an extra over in itself. No balls in this innings yet. Brandon Morris, he bowled well at the start, 0 for 14. It's Alex Neary who has the wicket, 1 for 17. The new bowler coming on now will be Aaron Maguire. .89 required from 14 overs. Of course, we're outside the power play now. Is there a power play at this level? Neither do I. Wide called by umpire. Well, Prendergast has come down the track. He's hit it very high. And he's hit it very long. That take. Fielder was very interested for a very long time. It's wide. Joe just gets the bottom of the bat to it. And that causes it to go very high. And just enough on it for it to be the 6. This time he plays it away on the offside behind square between the 2 fielders. They're racing each other. But it's gone down to the boundary, and it's 4 more. And that's a cracking shot. Bisecting the 2 fielders, running away to the boundary. And 4 more. And that's 50 up for Pembroke. 53. And that 50 has come up in the 7th over. 6.3 overs. And this over has already cost you 11. Well, he went short to Prendergast, and Prendergast has hit it into the fence. I think it has gone into the garden. No, it's been lodged at the top of the wall. It comes straight back. Prendergast adds another 6 to his total. It went short. Joe was waiting on it. He'd come down the track for it, and he hit it straight into the fence. Super shot. Next ball, he just takes a single on the offside. Prendergast has very quickly gone to 28. The score has very quickly gone to 60. Yeah. As I say, he's spending a lot of time netting these days. I see just coming onto the ground there, Steve McCarthy. SMC Print and Design, you see at the bottom of the site screen. That is the empire that is Steve McCarthy's. Robin Kelly sweeps round to long leg. It will just be a single. And that's the end of that over. And Maguire went for a few there. 19 off the over. Afternoon. What's what? You're obviously busy doing something at the moment. But if we could see a worm anytime, that would be good. Well, Kelly on strike again, and for him, there are two men on the fence. Now three men. That's an interesting game down there. That's Pembroke's next opponents in the Irish Senior Cup. Oh, that wasn't what was needed, required, or wanted. Bursting through the fielder. It's coming out to him here now. He's in the right place. He gets behind it, and then it just does him. Bounces over his back leg. Runs away for 4. As I say, Steve McCarthy on the ground today, as is Kieran Sharp. Well, that's beaten a few, and it runs away to the boundary. 5 wides, and this total of 130 starting to look eminently achievable. Pembroke well over the halfway mark now. At the end of the over, that's fine. Oh my goodness. Well, that one came very close to coming in. I'm just behind that. Thought that might have bounced over the protective screen. You see this coming straight out towards Noel Camera. Well, it hits that board there. And that's my microphone. Well, no, that's... So did I. And suddenly thought, oh, I know all I was going to do was pat it down. Right, Kelly will just pick up a single for that, and he's disappointed that he missed out on that one. But he's now moved on to 28. And Joe Prendergast, 28. Well, these two have put on 50 now. 50 partnership for Prendergast and Kelly, and it's taken them no time at all. It's taken them about, well, 3.5 overs. They really are taking this rush bowling attack on at the moment. What I like is all these comments that are coming up. They must know that, that's what I was going to do, was just that. They must know that the comments will still be there when the players review the game themselves. Oh, that's good calling by Joe Prendergast. He gets a 2 where in the first innings. So many times we saw that just as a 1. But running that first one fast gave Joe the chance to get down the other end.
Tom, you stop confusing things.
79 for 1 now. Well, this game now, Rush need to take wickets, and a lot of them, and quickly. They won't with that sort of bowling. It's wide. It's a full toss. It gave Prendergast a chance to swing his arms. And swing his arms he certainly did. You'll see it here. It's just left hanging outside off. And Prendergast wasn't going to turn that one down. He takes 4 more for that. The score has now moved on to 83 for 1 off 8. Pembroke going along at over 10 and over at the moment. These two batsmen, as I said, they've passed the 50 partnership. And McCormack having a day he'll want to forget. 2 overs, 0 for 28. It makes Alex Neary's figures look positively Scrooge-like. 2 overs, 17 for 1. Kelly gets one into the helmet. That's where the game has changed. It's but the introduction to helmets has revolutionised cricket more than any other technological thing. It's just allowed batsmen to play shots that they couldn't in the past because you die. Well, that was just ugly cricket all over. Ball pulled down short and wide. Kelly went after it. Lost his shape, lost his balance. And very unlucky. Very lucky not to lose his wicket. Well, that's a lovely shot from Robin Kelly. He has lofted drive all the way down to the LHK sign. That's a super shot. And that'll take him on to 38. So, just lofted drive. More extras. They must be mounting up at this stage.
I don't have my pad with you to teach you how to keep score there while you're fiddling with the pen instead.
I do write down notes. You read the live chat recently.
Tell me when I have to delete them.
Oh no, it's what it infers. Well, Prendergast comes down the pitch again. This time Neary sees it, drops it in shorter. Prendergast can't catch up to it. Goes through to the keeper. All that chatting just means a dot ball in the book. See, another 2 run there by Pembroke. You can guess what sort of dog it is. Pembroke closing in on their target now, just 40 away from victory. Neary comes in from the St John's end. Prendergast just plays it away on the leg side. They just take the 1. Have you got a worm there then? Still going at over 10 and over. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Why is it plotting them against 50 overs?
Yes.
Tell me.
Well, I think I might go and have a quick word with the scorer.
No.
That's disappointing. However, it does show how far ahead Pembroke are in this chase.
Brandon, what are you doing? No.
Ooh. Well, bowler number 5 is coming on. Brandon Morris, well, he's been the most economical. Well, D. Carthy now, bowling from the nursery end. Just played into the leg side. Call of 2 is turned down. And now Robin Kelly to face D. Carthy. No slips in place for Carthy.
Brandon, you need to go. Bring Sean up there. You haven't hit one there yet. There, Brandon.
And Pembroke
Bring Brandon there.
are actually turning this into quite the procession. They're going at over 10 and over. They only needed 6.5 and over. They'll be going into the second half needing under 4 and over. Played away on the leg side. One of the things about this partnership is both batsmen are keen to face. And as a result, hi Marissa, and as a result, they're running the first one quicks in the hopes of calling for a second. Who? Oh. Wide outside off stick, just played out square on the offside. They'll just take the single.
Come on, Davey.
Kelly just missed timing that. He knows himself. It was there. It was dragged down. He'll only get a single for it. But the only thing that was going to stop that, if he timed it the way he wanted to, was the Border Force office in Holyhead. This one slips past the keeper's gloves. Ian Rock is making me laugh today. I can only assume he's a member of Rush. Nicely played into the offside by Kelly. That's almost been a collector's item this innings. He moves on to 35. And these two are striking at a high rate. Hey, Kieran. Joined in the commentary box, Pembroke legend, Kieran Sharp.
Afternoon, Craig. Legend, wow.
Well, still tales told of you and antics that you were either involved in, the cause of, or on the edges of.
Witness to.
Or witness to, yes.
Probably none you can share
Probably not.
on air. No. Pembroke cruising here, it looks like. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I think. Well, there you go. Commentators curse. Robin Kelly perishes to the first ball. You see. And the score's 98 for 2 in this, the 10th over.
And I'm on none for one.
Yes, that's a fine piece of commentary.
Doesn't the ground look well, Craig? It's always good to come back. I come back every year, but and obviously with the finals yesterday, but it looks amazing.
I think it looks really well with the advertising signs.
Yeah.
My only concern, I mean, I'd love to do a deal with somebody like, I don't know, Turkish Airlines, and it become the Turkish Airlines Bowl and all decked out in their colours. It would be great. Of course, I would have to find a sponsor who was red and black as opposed to blue and yellow.
Yep. Is there ever consideration of getting temporary pickets all the way around for big games? Obviously, you'd have to remove them for nets in the second field, but just...
I have seen in the past these metal things being used to cordon off on the railway side. But sure, you'd remember the days when we used to park our cars over there.
Yeah, well, only up to recently, you could bring the cars in onto the junior pitch, but they weren't allowed on the senior pitch. Mind you, they're in...
No, but for cup games and such like
Yeah,
that.
but I'm saying they're in more danger of a...
Yep.
More danger of a broken windscreen these days. That's the problem, I guess.
Yeah, the balls are being hit a long way these days.
Big Barry McCarthy put one onto the tracks last week, I believe.
I'll tell you, it was into the bushes on the far side of the track, for at least 4 metres further than I measured it. Well, 99 for 2 now. Zach Micklewright from the Eastern Cape out to bat. Normally an opener back in South Africa. He's been a bit more down the order, not playing his natural game, but trying to be flamboyant further down the order.
Is he new to the club?
He is. He walked in this year. That's a nice drive from Prendergast. I don't know why he's running for that. It's only 50 metres down there, and he covered it certainly quicker than I would.
He bats quite differently to his father, I must admit.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, we were talking to Orla the other day. Orla said that she started out as a left-handed batter, and it was only somebody came along and said, try right-handed. Oh, that's big. There we go. That's my car down there, Joe. Oh. Well, that's plugged and it hasn't even gone for 4.
Well, I didn't want to spoil your thunder, but I thought he hadn't got all of it. Well, Pete was, of course, a left-hander.
Yeah, and that's why she started left-handed. And it was only when somebody made a change around to right-handed that suddenly it clicked for her. But yes, Joe, I was saying earlier, he's netting sort of 2-3 times a day at the moment. Oh, he's done it again.
Oh, dear.
Is that a replay now? Joe Prendergast reaches his half-century. Captain's knock came in at the fall of the first wicket when the score was 25. It's now 109, and he's moved on to 50.
Well, Mike Hussey started off as a right-hand bat through his junior years, and then his hero was Alan Border, so he switched to left-handed.
It's an amazing way people do it, though, isn't it? Well, Joe celebrates his half-century by pumping one straight back over the bowler's head, just to the left of the sight screen, for 6 more. And the total now, 115 for 2 off 10.
No doubt keen to get in and watch the IPL final, Josh Little.
Yeah.
And the Titans are in the IPL final, starting, would have just started actually.
That tournament's become so bloated now. I saw the other day, oh yeah, game 68. What? There's only 10 teams in it.
Yeah, it's actually the start of it has been delayed by rain. So I'm not sure if Josh is in the starting 11, but
Super subbing or whatever they're calling it.
Impact.
he's been the impact player, that's right.
Well, we're entering the final stages of this game now. I know there are still 9 overs left, but Pembroke, well, they only require 16. And in fact, you can make that 14.
So where are we at with this stage of the competition, do you know, Craig?
No idea.
Sure.
It's
I
like
think we were out if we lost, or virtually.
they had a bad loss to Leinster yesterday. Niall covers so many different levels with different regulations that we can't possibly keep up with them. So that's nicely cut away.
That'll be 4.
Hops the fence. Makes a break for Sandymount Station, Sydney Parade Station. 4 more onto the total. 1, 2, 1, and just 10 required now in 8.43 overs.
And if anyone's in the area, I think that this is only game 1 of a double header here today, is that right?
Gordon Clark will be bringing his triumphant 4s back from Leinster, where they're playing the first of a double header, and they're coming against Leinster, and then both teams are coming across the city to here to play another game.
Very Irish.
Oh, that's nice.
It's into railway.
Not quite enough to hit the bill fence or go over it, but it came down against the wall. And now just 4 more required for victory.
I'm pretty sure he'll try and finish it in one blow here. He's having a look at the pavilion area.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that's where he goes. 6 more.
And again, just enough to land on the seats by the wall. And that's victory for Pembroke by 8 wickets. Thank you very much to our online contributors. Kian, next time Russia playing, perhaps you'd like to come down yourself. Well done to Joe, half century, captain's knock. But as a game, it was a Sunday morning game. It was just... I suspect a few of the players today had imbibed last night.
Quite possibly, but it is Saturday night in Dublin, isn't it?
Yep, yep.
Are you covering the second game?
Oh, we took all the equipment out. It won't be going back in again until we've done the second game.
Well, I might join you for a bit of that and watch some division. What is it?
The 4s are division... I don't know. I think it's 9, but it could be 12.
Could be double figures. Well, I'll start my commentary career with double-digit division cricket
It's good fun.
in Ireland.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. As your dad used to say, the lowest form of organised cricket in the world.
Which was actually a comment attributed originally to Michael Moriarty, the legendary Mick Moe. Yep, he played a cup game a number of years ago on the Pembroke Sevens, the first time they introduced the Sevens. And he said it was the lowest form of organised cricket in the world.
Yep, it was... my dad played on that team, and they won the league.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Niall's going to show you some lovely pictures of the ground now, because he hasn't got a highlights package to show you.
show the last 6 over. That
You
would
could
be
sh-
all right, but
you could just show the whole game again, and the viewing figures would plummet to we'd be owing YouTube viewers. That was a dreadful game of cricket to watch.
And I'll rejoin you in an hour or so. Thanks, Craig.
Yep, see you at about 4:30, I think it is.